So who is Larry Goins? What exactly do you do? I mean, because your business is a lot like mine. And I like how you and I think we have a very student client centric business where
Right.
we want to see our students do well. We want to see them succeed.
Sure. Sure.
It feels so good when we see them win.
That's true. Yeah, I was out there as a road warrior, but November was my last speaking gig at RIA Groups.
Really?
Keep that up. Now I will speak at a few conventions and expos, but for the most part, I'm in here in the office buying and selling houses every day.
Yeah. Okay, now tell me, because you've got this new thing about the day trader or the virtual real estate. Tell me about that, because I want to see how we can parlay that to the multifamily side. I mean, because it's all about finding the deals and knowing how to find them. That's it.
It is, and I wrote this book, Getting Started in Real Estate Day Trading, available wherever books are sold. And but I came out with it a few years ago, and then I recently updated it. But it's primarily what we do, and I call this, this is how you generate chunks of cash to be able to use on deals like multifamily deals.
Okay. All right. So give us an idea of exactly how it works and what is a day in the life of a real estate day trader like?
Well, what you do is you generate leads. The phone rings, you negotiate them over the phone. We make our offer on the very first phone call and then negotiate the deal. And there's a lot of follow-up because not every one of them are you going to buy on the very first phone call. And the fortune is in the follow-up.
Yeah.
So we make our offer. And some of them are accepted right away. Some of them aren't. And then once we get an offer accepted, we send a mobile notary out to their house. I've got a mobile notary at their house within 2 hours, so they can't change their mind.
Okay, now hold on. I'm actually going to take an existing situation in my business, and I want you to take it. So, my students are out there. I'm really stressing this beginning of this year is really focusing on a particular market and using direct mail to go after and find those owners.
Right.
I'm telling you, direct mail works every time it's been tried, and those students are coming back with leads. Now, there's one particular student. English is not this person's first language. So they have trouble communicating. And I said, listen, I'll take it on. I will, I'll help you out. So they get a lead of a 4-unit property. And they said, will you call this owner? So I call the owner. And I like what you just said. And say it again about the first call is not
I make my offer on the first phone call.
Okay.
But I don't always get them on the first phone call. And you got to remember, the fortune is in the follow-up.
The fortune is in the follow-up. That is huge. And listen, that relates across the board, not just for sellers, but even for building relationships with brokers, with property managers. The fortune is in the follow-up.
That's right.
I'm writing that one down there, Larry. You don't know. Oh, fortune is in the follow-up. Let me just turn to my paralegal. Can you go trademark that one for me? Trademark.
There you go.
Yeah. So every time Larry uses it, he has
You'll find my name at the top.
Exactly. Fortune's the fall. Okay, so I called this guy, and he says, "I'm not really looking to sell, but if the price is right, I'll sell." What do you say to a guy like that?
Well, here's what we do. I try to price condition people. Right? It's not what I'm offering you. It's what will the market bear. For example, I buy a lot of little small houses that are rented out, right? And I get really good deals on them. In fact, I want to sell those houses. I want to buy them or sell them as close as I can to 2% per month rents. So if it's rented out for $500, I'm going to buy it or sell it for $25,000. If it's rented out for $800, I'm going to buy it or sell it for $40,000. So I'll tell them right up front, hey, look, I just want to let you know, it's a rental property. I buy and sell a lot of rental properties. Let me tell you kind of what they're going for right now. They're going for about 2% per month, right? So if it's rented out for $400, I can give you $20,000. If it's rented out for $500, I can give you $25,000 minus whatever repairs. And you already told me it needed this, 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 and this. That sounds like about $3,000 to $5,000. So if it's rented out for $500 a month, I could give you 25 minus $5,000, $20,000 is your number. Now, whether you want to sell it to me or anybody else, that's going to be the number. That's what they're going for right now in today's market right now. Now, how quick did you want to get your money?
Yeah. That's where it comes in. It's now we start talking terms.
Right. How quick do you want to get your money? Right.
Yeah.
You want to get your money in the next 30 days. Oh, wow. We better get started. I tell you what, I got somebody going to be in your area at this afternoon. Is 1 o'clock okay? Or would 3 o'clock be better? And I have them stop by, get the paperwork started so we can get you your money as soon as possible.
Okay. Let me just tell you, I just suffered a little bit of post-traumatic stress disorder because of the way you just phrased that. It reminded me of my old life insurance selling days right out of college. I readily understand that. Would 2 o'clock or would 4 o'clock be better for you, Mr. Buyer? That's exactly the way we learned how to do it. But that's it. It's a sales job. It's a sales job.
And it's called the alternative choice close.
Yeah. Implied consent.
Either one they pick, they confirm they're going ahead.
Yep, exactly. Yep. So it just goes to show you, Larry, people are looking again in the real estate business because they think they want to be this big real estate magnate. You got to be a salesman at some point in the business. I mean, you can't just outsource that aspect of the business to somebody else when you're trying to start a new business. You got to get out there and pick up the phone and pound the pavement.